What's up, everybody? Back for another episode of the PG Sports Podcast. Today, I'll have Gary Sheffield Jr. on. Talk some sports. Talk some Corona. Talk whatever else you guys want to talk about. My internet is low right now. Live with Gary Sheffield Jr. Feel free to ask any questions. Oh, shit. Questions. What's up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? Ding! Coming in hot. Boy. What's good? Just waiting for Gary Sheffield to come in here. I'm about to text him. Where's everybody at right now? 4 o'clock too late? It's 4 o'clock too late. What's up, Jeff? I'm about to have Gary Sheffield Jr. on. Hope you stick around. I'm waiting for him, about to text him. I'm on now. Boom. I don't know where everybody's at right now, man. 4 o'clock, maybe it's not good. I've been trying to do them at like 1 or 2. But also, just doing it when any whatever time people got, then I do it then. I got the water, stay hydrated. Gotta stay hydrated. Here's Gary. About to add him in. My internet is low right now. It's 1 bar.
What's up, brother?
How's it going?
Just get this thing set up. Dude, I'm just bored, dude. There's nothing really going on right now.
Oh, you won't be bored for the next hour or so.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely, dude.
So what's new? I haven't talked to you in a while.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I watched Tiger King, Ozark. Dude, Ozark's the freaking best, dude. It's the best.
I haven't finished it yet, so don't give me no spoilers yet.
Oh, my God. Have you seen all the seasons up until this point?
Yeah, I've seen 1 and 2. So I think I watched episode 1 and maybe 2 of season 3.
Right. Yeah, no, these episodes, like, towards the end of this season, it's the best you've ever seen, dude. It's nuts.
Yeah. I finished Tiger King, though, last night. What do you think of that?
I loved it, dude. Someone told me this morning that they thought it was a little overhyped. I don't think so.
I thought it was a little overhyped. I love it. All right, so I know what I originally thought it was when people told me about it. I thought it was like regular people like owning tigers as pets.
Right.
That's what I thought it was.
Yeah, it's literally. Yeah, I mean they kind of sell it like that, right? They sell it like they were talking about Shaq, and then he had to come out and say that he didn't own a tiger, but really it was just like this crazy dude who everyone's gonna be him for Halloween. So we're gonna see a lot of Joe Exotic.
That's what I was thinking. Do you think Carol Baskin killed her husband?
Yes, I do.
I saw the case got reopened, actually.
Yeah, it was open, and I mean, to be honest with you, if you watch the documentary, it's pretty obvious that she did that. So it's
I was just talking to my boy about it. It's kind of funny because she probably got paid to go on that, and now she's pretty much fucked itself.
Yeah. She signed a contract to open up her new case. She's an idiot. She's just not that smart. But she's already rich. What's the point, right? So
yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Crazy. Yo, so tell me what else you've been up to. I know you started doing stuff for Lakers Nation.
Yeah. So I mean, I got on there to talk basketball. They brought me on as a guest just for fun. And after I did the first show, they offered me a job. So I obviously accepted the job. And I wanted to start my own podcast, but I'm delaying that really until at least sports can get up and running, because I'm not exactly the most creative person in terms of creating content out of thin air. So there's other people that are just much better than me, especially everyone's sitting in the house. So for a lot of people, they're looking for for content and good podcasts, good stuff like you're creating right now, which is a great thing. And I'm not that creative. So right now I'm actually just in trying to get some guys, like some guests in line. I've got Bob Menery. He's going to be my first guest. So just I wanted to have it be a light, more of like a joke around type podcast. And that's what we got going on so far right now. So we're loving it, man. Just a little bored waiting for everything to reopen.
Gotcha. Oh, is it going to be Athletes Wire again or a totally new podcast?
No, it's actually going to be called Living Like Gary. We actually got it all squared away. You would only understand it if you watch SpongeBob. So it's really for that era. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. I remember the first time, well, one of the first times we connected, and then you came out with your original, whatever you want to call it, podcast show. And I was like, bro, you're good. Like, you're good. You were good at what you were doing.
I appreciate it, dude.
I already knew something good was going to happen. So that was dope that I saw that you got the Lakers job for the Lakers.
Thank you, man. Thank you, dude. It's a fun job to be able to talk sports for a living. It's obviously what you like to do. And it's just something that you got to figure out, get your foot in the door. And that's what I'm trying to do. And hopefully I see you up there too. So we're both going to be on the grind, at least for the summer. And hopefully when everything gets up and running, when everyone can live their lives normal again.
Yeah, for sure. Did you grow up a Lakers fan?
Not at all. Suns fan. Exact opposite, basically. I mean, obviously the Celtics are the real rival, but we gave them a run for their money too when Nash was here, Amari was here. So it's disappointing to watch us stink every year. I'm still a diehard fan. I'm not going to give up on them. But for right now, I watch the Lakers for a living, and I talk about them for a living. So in a way, I have to become a fan, but I'm not going to give up on my Suns.
Gotcha. Well, yeah, that's dope because then that's almost better because now you're not biased towards the Lakers.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, that's what I try to tell people. Yeah. No. I try to be as objective as I can because obviously I don't have any type of fan lens right now, so it's more of a professional setting, and I like it so far. It seems like I'm getting positive feedback. So as long as I'm getting positive feedback, I'll keep doing my thing.
Yeah, for sure. Where are you at now?
I'm in Arizona, and that's actually where we film the show in the studio. We do it in Arizona. So it's really convenient. It's right up the road. I can still do my job. Luckily, I mean, I'm one of the lucky ones where I didn't even have to be on the non-essential list. I don't have to travel to do my job. So a lot of these streamers and people who are content creators are pretty lucky in times like this where you can still do your job, still make an income, where you don't have to go out into a public setting.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, that's why it's crazy too, it's kind of showing people that don't know how to use technology because they can't really what's the word?
Transition or something?
Yeah, transition into this. Yeah. It's funny and not funny, I should say.
Yeah, it's unique, right? You see guys like Nick Merckx, a lot of these big streamers, Tim the Tap Man, they made a lot of money when everything was normal, but when things aren't normal, you're going to be using them even more. They're making more money now than they ever did. And not that you don't want to call it taking advantage of the situation, but they're in a unique situation where they're as flexible as you can ever be. And I would love to be in a position of that in that way at some point.
Yeah, for sure. I remember I heard some kind of quote. It's just like, no matter what the situation, someone's going to come out on top of like anything. Like, so like somebody has to benefit off bad stuff or good stuff, whenever.
Exactly. They're going to do that in the stock market. They're going to do that in business. Yeah. They're going to do it in every way. So you just have to figure out, everybody's struggling right now. All businesses are struggling, but the strongest people are going to figure out a way to survive, not only survive, but how to grow themselves at this time. It's really difficult. So hoping for the best for everybody, but obviously trying to take care of myself as well.
Yeah. And I know you're big into eSports, and somebody just asked, who do you think is going to win the 2K tournament?
Oh, not Patrick Beverly. I'll tell you that right now. Yeah, that's a cheat. That's honestly cheating. The fact that he actually gave him himself, he's gonna be terrible. He can't even score. I think he's playing Hassan Whiteside in the first round. Did they start that yet, or how's that working?
Starts Friday.
Friday, okay. So I know Kevin Durant's in it. Well, he should win. I mean, doesn't he get to play as Kevin Durant?
That's what I'm confused about. So are they picking their teams, or what? Like, or they have to be the team that they're on?
I think that they have to choose their own team. That's what I believe it is. Because what I've heard is that certain players are representing their teams. So it seems like they have to choose the team they're from.
Mhm.
But if you're one of the better players, you're just going to choose your own team. You're going to win the whole damn thing. So for the Nets, they're going to be really good in the tournament. That's just what it is. Hassan Whiteside, I mean, at least he has Dame Lillard. What's funny is he's going to win the tournament. It has nothing to do with himself, so it's going to be kind of strange.
But is Kevin Durant going to be able to play as Kevin Durant since he's been on the injured? Like, is the 2K? I don't even know what the roster looks like.
It probably isn't going to be the updated roster, so he's not even going to want to be the Nets.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I guarantee you he's going to be rolling with Spencer Dinwiddie and all those other dudes. So it's going to be hard then. But if the Nets have KD and Kyrie, they're going to be great. That's why Vegas, I know all the conspiracy theorists were saying the best odds were with this whole hiatus, maybe Kevin Durant and Kyrie come back and you can throw $1,000 on the Nets, and then they come back and they've got those two guys. If they've got those two guys, they're gonna be very good. So, and I don't think they're gonna get him. So hopefully, yeah, like on the chat, they said the quarantine rosters. They're gonna have to get those quarantine rosters. The Nets will be good, man.
Yeah, so I think the way it's working, they got 16 people, and I'm pretty sure. So Kevin Durant, I think, is playing Derrick Jones Jr. because he's a 16 seed, I guess.
Yeah,
I think that's how it's working.
I mean, it kind of sounds like they're playing 1v1, but I'm not really sure. I'm not sure who they're going to choose. So
that'd be boring if it's 1 versus 1.
Yeah, Patrick Beverley against the center. It seems like the way it's constructed is they're going to be playing with teams. So I'm definitely going to watch it. I'll tell you that right now.
So who do you think's going to win? You want me to name the people?
To be honest, Kate. Yeah, go ahead and name the people just in case I change my mind because I have one in my head.
Kevin Durant, Trae Young, Hassan Whiteside, Donovan Mitchell, Devin Booker, Andre Drummond, Zach LaVine, Montrezl Harrell, Damas, I forgot how to say his last name. DeAndre Ayrton, Boogie Cousins, Michael Porter Jr., Patrick Beverley, Harrison Barnes, Derrick Jones Jr.
Okay.
And Rui, what's it called?
It's gonna be one of the young players. You got on the chat like Book's a gamer. It's anyone really Book's age and younger. Those are gonna be the better players. All the dudes 20, 26, 27 years old and older, all those dudes are gonna be slow and they like video games, but they're not gonna be that heavy in the games. Not like these guys, dude. Like Devin Booker plays games full time. A lot of these guys play video games full time. They're gonna be killing these dudes. So Booker should have been in the tournament. That's the first thing they should have done. But
no, he's in it.
Oh, he's in it. Okay, I got him. There you go. There you go. He should be the 1 seed. He's gonna kill it. He's gonna kill. I'm telling you, dude. I'm telling you, he's gonna kill it. That dude plays game all day.
He plays 2K though.
Yeah, he plays 2K, but he mainly plays COD because he's playing with all the big streamers, Tim the Tab Man, all those guys. So it's gonna be fun, dude.
I'm surprised Josh Hart's not in it because I know he's a big gamer too.
I don't know how they manage. He must have the corona because I don't know what they're doing. He probably is going to be really – Josh Hart probably would have been very good, so I'm surprised not to see him.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. So it starts on Friday.
Yeah.
And then it ends on April 11th. I guess that's next Saturday.
Okay.
So it's Friday, then Sunday, then Tuesday of next week, and then semifinals and finals April 11th.
Right. No, do you know how we watch it, by the way? Is it on ESPN?
ESPN, yeah.
Oh, my God. Must be nice.
It's going to be pretty interesting.
Must be nice. Just playing a sports tournament, and then you're on ESPN. Like
I don't know if you saw it, the leaked. I don't know. I guess it was a leaked video. And Ronnie 2K was talking. He said like Boogie Cousins was a dick.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he didn't know he was like live streaming or recording or something.
Well, there goes his connections.
Yeah. So then he tweeted something yesterday, and Boogie Cousins did like a meme or something. So
I'm gonna go check. I'm checking on that as soon as we get off this thing. I'm going to look at that. That's funny.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
You deserve it. That's everyone's worst nightmare, right? Talking crap and then you end up online. So that's kind of brutal. I knew he was trending for some reason, but I didn't even click it because everyone's been trending lately with the whole Corona thing going on.
Yeah.
So as soon as I saw him trending, I just scrolled past it. But I'm gonna head right back to it.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I mean, I haven't really watched anything gaming wise, so I'm definitely gonna tune in to check it out. So what do you think about? You're way more educated on esports. So what do you think about it, and like, what do you think the future of it is?
Well, the future, it's getting pretty big. If you go to Las Vegas, they've got a whole center
Hmm.
that's probably going to grow. There's going to be new arenas all over the world. They're going to start going. It's already international. They're going huge tournaments in Brazil, huge crowd in Mexico. I mean, they have a huge crowd going on in Mexico right now, talking about growing esports, and it sounds like a joke. Everybody's playing video games for a living, making millions of dollars, and once everybody starts seeing the dollar signs, they're going to start joining in themselves. So that's part of the reason I play games. I stream games, and we're making money playing video games. It's something you never thought you can do. So if there's money, it's going to make a lot of sense for a lot of people.
Yeah, definitely. What are you on? Are you in a clan or a game or whatever you want? I don't know. Is that the correct
Yeah,
term?
I'm in Fire and Ice right now. So it's been a lot of fun, and I mean,
So,
they're in Gears right now in competitive league, but they're going to start expanding that into MLB The Show and all types of other games. So there's a lot of money to be made. So we're definitely excited.
what do you play on Xbox or PlayStation?
PlayStation all day. I've been PlayStation since the first day, and I got lucky, man. Everyone's excited for the PS5, so hopefully we can get that going. I'm
Yeah,
trying to get it. I got a PC though, so I'm not sure if I should get it. It's kind of a waste of money.
can you can you play the show on your computer?
Starting next year.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the only reason why I would get a PlayStation because I got an Xbox, but I don't really play that much. But I haven't played a
Yeah.
baseball game in I don't know how long. Whenever the last 2K one came out.
Right. Yeah, no, I guess Halo was bought out by someone at Sony. So they're saying that PlayStation might revamp the whole system and see what's up.
You know what I really want to happen? I want like Mario Kart or something to get on
Hmm.
like Xbox or something. Just an online version that's like way better because then
Yeah.
that would be crazy. Like everyone would
Yeah,
play.
no. Yeah, no, there should be some type of online play. Like, where do we play Mario Kart with our four of my buddies at the house? Like, you can't get four
Yeah.
buddies to come to the house. Everyone's working, everyone's busy. But
Yeah.
if you told me right now, hey, Mario Kart tonight, we'll hop online,
Yeah.
and then we're in chat.
Yo,
Like,
it would
what's
be
up?
insane if it was on one of these bigger
Yeah,
systems.
what's up? Exactly. So they got to do
Like,
something.
and I think it would be big just because it wouldn't. I think it would be like all genders and ages for Mario Kart
Yeah,
online.
yeah. I mean, it would just be fun. It's just I never really liked Mario Kart because I always thought it was rigged.
Yeah.
I was the best gamer in the family, so I'm out here just in first place the whole race, and then I get hit with a blue shell, and they're like, "All right, see ya." I'm like, dude, this game sucks. Like, this is stupid. Like, what's the point? There's literally no point of being in first place. The way to win that game is to be in second or third
Yeah.
place. It's the way.
Strategy.
I'm telling you. Yeah, there's a strategy. You just gotta hang back and not be cocky.
I'm
Because the
I'm
game
all
is
about
like
Mario Kart Double Dash on
I've
GameCube.
never played it.
Did you have a GameCube?
I did, but I always played
Oh.
Luigi's Mansion.
All right, yeah, fire. I think GameCube might have been one of the best systems. GameCube.
Oh yeah, GameCube was sick, bro. Luigi's Mansion was terrifying, dude. That whole game was scary, but no, but it was a lot of fun. So I'm hoping they remaster it. They bring some type of online component. They got to do something.
Yeah, I think that.
Quick.
I mean, yeah, Nintendo. I mean, I think they're always going to be there, but yeah, that's what they're lacking. Obviously, I mean, it's pretty obvious.
Right? Yeah. No, they got to get some type of online play because I know they're probably not going to bring it into Sony and all that stuff. They're not going to be able to buy them out, but Nintendo's got to do something. I know they got the Switch, but no
Yeah.
one's really buying the Switch, so it's kind of hard. I'm not really sure.
What about how big do you think the show is going to get now that you said that it's coming to the PC next year?
Well, I mean, the game has gotten a lot better this year, so it's probably going to go more into competitive play. And I'm not really sure what it seems a little choppy just in terms of gameplay and like how they can make it competitive. I'm not really sure if they can do that. So I'm not really sure. Most of the people who play MLB The Show religiously kind of understand that it's not in a place right now to be competitive.
Yeah.
Whereas Call of Duties and they have much better funds and their system of how they fix their games is just much better. And the competitive guys who've got once you go into a competitive league, millions of dollars are on the line, and people are going to be pissed. Stuff that we're watching right now go on that kind of stuff can't happen in those settings. So it's going to be tough. They have some growing to do. So they don't do very much listening at that studio, I've learned. So they've got some stuff to work on.
And what about you play Madden?
I've heard that Madden this year was the best Madden that they've ever had, and I haven't bought it. I'm an idiot.
I haven't played it in a while. I used to buy it all the time, but I saw that 2K football is coming back or whatever the hell they call it.
Yeah, no, yeah,
So that'd be
I mean,
interesting.
2K, yeah, 2K football. I never really played 2K football, but it's always good to have more available to you because they have competition and they have reason to improve their game. So
Yeah, exactly.
hopefully they continue to make better games. So we'll
Yeah,
we'll watch how it works.
my bad. I was going to call.
No,
Yeah,
you're good.
I think that's the other thing with these with them like that because they get too comfortable and they don't work on the game because, like you just said, they don't have a competitor. So it's like
Yeah,
it's a
sounds like MLB.
Yeah.
Sounds like MLB The Show. MLB The Show. To be honest with you, MLB The Show's like their reviews and everyone like we're a pretty toxic environment. We're very tough on the game, but at the same time, they don't do anything to really show us that they're trying to improve the game and that they're hell bent on making the best game they can. Because 2K baseball is not available to us. There's no other options. So if there were other options and nobody's willing to try it right now, then they might be willing to do certain things a different way.
All-Star Baseball, that used to be my game.
The best game. All-Star Baseball, literally, if you asked me what my favorite game was, it was All-Star Baseball. Most people are MVP. MVP Baseball is pretty good, especially the college game, the backyard baseballs. But to me, All-Star Baseball is the best, for sure.
I don't know if you saw the ESPN post the other day, like who's the best player, like in the games, each game, and they left off Pablo Sanchez, so I don't know like how they did that.
I wasn't huge on Pablo Sanchez. I was more of a Pete Wheeler type guy.
Right.
I was big on him. And the dude with the inhaler and all that stuff. And then I'm trying to think of who the big lunch lady was. It was like it wasn't like Jenny. It was like something. It wasn't Jenny. I'm pretty sure she was the skinny one with the gum. But there was like some lunch lady with like curly hair, and she had all the pop in the world. Like she was the best player in the game. It was stupid. She was like the Joey Gallo of that game.
I remember. I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember the name either.
Yeah, it was freaking nuts. I love that game. There's so many, and I actually like the fact that the players, most people they like the addition with the actual real players. I wasn't a huge fan of that. I liked all the fictional characters that they had in the game. Made me love it.
Yeah, for sure. That made it just different.
Yeah.
Than, and it wasn't like, because I had like some game on Xbox. It was some baseball game, but they were just like all fake characters. But it wasn't like that. It wasn't like backyard baseball feel, and I just wasn't feeling it.
Yeah. No, it's got to be cartoons. Like it's got to be super fake. It can't be. We don't like automated real characters. Yeah. It's like when you're playing MLB The Show and the dude's name is Joe Random. We don't like that. But when you make the characters, like Pablo Sanchez was a big part of my childhood, like some fake cartoon character. So it's like a huge part of my love for baseball and why I watch it is, as silly as it sounds, is to play some cartoon video games. So it made us love it early, like quick.
Yeah, I remember Barry Bonds didn't have like a deal with I think MLB PA or something. And
Reggie Stalker.
Yeah.
Reggie Stalker, dude, that dude was nuts. He was so good, and he never gave him a deal. He was the only player in Major League Baseball that had that. I don't know what he was doing.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about, but yeah.
I have no idea.
Is there any
players
like that now that you know of in the game?
No. I don't know any player like that who's not in video games. I don't know one. If somebody is in the chat that knows, then maybe. But I have not seen one other player in the history of baseball. I know Floyd Mayweather is the exact same way with all boxing games, all fight night games. He wasn't in it, so he kind of went Barry Bonds. But those are the only two athletes I've ever seen.
Gotcha. Here, I'll show you the Boogie Cousins tweet. I pulled it up.
Oh God.
So it's a GIF. And then Ronnie 2K replied. Let's see what he said.
Why would he reply? He's an idiot.
Said, bro, moment of work stress. I had something super dumb, and it was all. He apologized to him. Let's see some fun this weekend. Bring the action.
Why wouldn't he just DM him that?
Yeah, I don't know. Michael Jordan was the same way in old. Oh yeah, I think that's true too. Michael Jordan wasn't on the games.
Same way in old NBA Live games, but he was in the 2Ks. So
yeah,
so it's just NBA Live. Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah, because 2K probably gave him the bag.
Yeah, well, NBA Live probably
Or
had LeBron was probably better than him in the game, so he was like, nah, dog.
speaking of MJ, you pumped for the documentary?
I am. I'm actually just happy. I was happy about the documentary in general, but
Yeah.
I'm much more happy that it's moved up.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, like move this damn thing. Oh, it's done. Like they're acting
Yeah.
like it's not done.
That,
Of course, it's done. Get
that's
it
the
out
other
of
thing.
there.
They moved it up, but like they didn't move. It's still coming out in 20 days. It's still a while, especially
Yeah, no,
being in
yeah.
quarantine. That's more than regular 20 days.
Dude, we haven't played NBA basketball in 3 weeks. It feels like it's been honestly 3 months. It's like the longest time of my life. Normally, I love playing video games and watching Netflix, but it's like a release. It's your
Yeah.
free time. But now that you are free time, you are the definition of everyone's free time,
Mhm.
and we just got 24 hours of it. It's not as fun. So now the time is just like ticking like slow, like as can be. So that little 2-3 weeks till this documentary is about to be just torture. So I'm just gonna try to forget about it and watch some other show. I'm gonna try to binge another show. I've been hearing a lot about Peaky Blinders.
Mhm.
I've been getting harassed about that show. So I mean, people aren't standing for that show for no reason. So I'm gonna watch it.
Oh yeah. So what have you been doing anything for Lakers Nation now or no? Because of Corona.
Yeah. Yeah, no, so we're going live every Monday and Friday, and then we still tape like every
Okay.
other day, do YouTube shows, and we're doing fine in terms of that. Since everybody's still by their computer, we're doing okay. But yeah, like we see in the chat, too much free time, way too much free time. I love video game. I'm a gamer at heart. I'm a gamer before anything else. But when you're only a gamer and you're not getting paid millions of dollars like Tim the Tap Man or all these guys, and it's not your real job, it's harder to grind through all that. So hopefully everyone's making it out okay, just with their mental state, just staying inside. It's really difficult to stay inside all the time.
Yeah. What is it like in Arizona? Are you guys on like shutdown, lockdown, whatever you want to call
Yeah, it kind of. I don't really know if they can enforce it. They've
it?
been saying that after 5 o'clock, I guess our governor said that everybody has to stay inside, but people just go outside anyways and say, "Yeah, I've got an essential job." If you got pulled over, you just be like, "I worked at the
Yeah.
grocery store." Like, sorry, I don't have my strip. They're not going to give you a ticket. Like, what? Like, that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
Actually,
So
oh, what
I
were
don't
you gonna
know.
say?
Yeah, I was just saying that like it seems like you can just lie to them. And I know
Yeah.
everyone's saying, well, you got to bring your documentation. Not everybody's gonna. It's not really enforceable that way. Just like you see in the chat,
Yeah.
like I don't really know how you can tell if people are going to and from work, to and from the
Yeah.
bank to make a deposit. There's plenty of situations where people are going to have to be outside the house, and that's the hard part about enforcing that. So right now in Arizona, everyone's just kind of walking around,
Yeah.
chilling. Like it seems like nothing's going on.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm in Connecticut, so it's
Hmm.
kind of we've been on kind of like lockdown for the past almost like 2.5 weeks now. So because I
Right.
started early because we're near New York, obviously. But yeah, actually, my friend's dad was playing tennis the other day, and the police kicked him off.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. No.
great.
One of my buddies is a park ranger, and he said that the parks are as packed as ever. People are coming to the parks in droves, so
Yeah,
they actually had to shut it down. Which I mean, I get. People are there's some people who are trying to use the opportunity and see nature and all that stuff, but I guess the faster we act on it, because I'm so tired of just being stuck in the house. It sucks. Like obviously I'll live and I'll get over it, but some other people might not. And like just the fact that like we have a huge mental illness crisis in this country, and for people to just sit inside the house and watch TV all day, it's not good.
yeah,
And there's really no way for us to win in this situation. And I am legend, yeah, this feels very I am legend like. It really does. So I mean it's hard to, and for me it's probably easier than for a lot of people. So hopefully we can figure out a way to do something, and once we make that move, then hopefully it's quicker, because I'm not trying to sit in my house for 2 weeks. I got plenty of places to be and people to see. It is unless I'm on channel with you, then it's pretty boring other than that.
yeah, for sure. And what games do you play? Like, what's your favorite games to play?
I mean, I'm playing a lot of MLB The Show. I have a PC now, so I haven't been playing a lot of football games or anything like that. But I mean, it's just tough to figure out. Like, you basically just find out what your friends are playing, and then whatever my friends are playing, that's what I'm playing. Like, we just sit and chat and talk all day. That's what we've been doing right now, and just scrolling Instagram all day. It's like all you do. You wake up, you open Twitter, you open Instagram, you scroll, like, oh, there's that person, and then you get out of it. You can't hang out with that person. You can't do any of that. It's like, dude, we're all bored, but it's, I guess, better safe than sorry. So we'll have to figure out where we're going from here.
Yeah, for sure. Is there any game releases that you're looking forward to?
Not really. I'm going to get the next Madden. That's
Yeah.
going to happen. So that should be pretty soon that game comes out. They're probably not going to delay that just because it doesn't really matter. MLB The Show has the highest growth they've ever had, and Major League Baseball is not even running. So Madden has every reason to fire up their game and go live. People are going to eat and sleep and breathe Madden. So I'm getting this year's game for sure, and I'm shredding kids. I'm shredding everybody. I'm telling you right now.
Like Michael Vick, was it 04, I think?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, 04, exactly. So, yeah, I'm going to be working on it for sure.
And then, what else have you been doing just in your personal life and your like career besides like we were talking about Laker Nation before?
Well, I mean, I've just been, talking with a few networks, and since I've been doing Lakers Nation, more people have been seeing me, which is great and everything. But right now, I've just been focusing on Lakers Nation and creating content with them. And then most people haven't been focusing on anything. We've just been sitting at the house. It's like the first time in my life I've ever just like sat around and you have like no goals or you feel like you have no purpose of not just being here, but just of your time. You're literally utilizing your time, just killing time to save other people. So it's definitely something I've never done, and hopefully I'll have to never do again.
Yeah. What about, is there anything, so say you have all this time, is there anything that you're doing or have a project that you never worked on that you want to work on now?
Well, just being more prepared for my podcast that I'm trying to work on, because right now it's going to be on Spotify, and then we're trying to work it into iTunes, but I've got to figure out ways to I guess be more prepared and just get the guests to feel more comfortable and make sure the production is where it needs to be. I need to make sure all that's in order, and I don't want to start the show and I don't want it to feel unpolished by the time it gets up and running. I want it to be professional. So that's really my goal right now, is just make sure I'm as nitpicky as possible, so that by the time sports does get up and running, by the time baseball does start playing games, that I'm fully functioning and able to bring on whoever I want, and it feels like anything they've been a part of.
Yeah, you got to check out Zoom.
Zoom?
Yeah. You heard of it or not?
Never heard of it, no.
Oh, so that's what everyone's using for like video chats right now, because you could have
Okay.
I think the Pro Edition, you could have like 100 people in it if you want.
Jeez.
But yeah,
God.
so it's pretty crazy. So I just the other day, I've been using it for like conference calls and stuff, but the other day was the first time I used it to actually film an interview. So it came out dope, and it's dope too because like when you're talking, it only shows your face. I mean, I think you could edit it too, so it shows everything, but I like the way it already had it preset. So It's like when I'm talking, it just shows me. So then you basically don't have to edit it. And I'm talking, it shows me. When the guest is talking, and it shows them.
Really?
Yeah.
That's probably going to work. And I see the network bandwidth is good. Yeah. That's what we're looking for. The bandwidth is it's bad sometimes. You'll be on Skype and you're just lagging out like crazy. So hopefully we're doing something good with that. Maybe I'll use it in the podcast. Never know.
For sure. Yeah, for sure. And like their stock went up crazy because of this, and
I bet.
One of the only ones that is actually going up. But then there was a controversy because there's Zoom, and I forgot what their initial was, but there was another one that it was actually ZOOM, and that stock was going up too. But it wasn't.
Wow.
Them. Yeah, it was crazy.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
So what's up, brother? But yeah, I mean that doesn't surprise me, dude. Things happen quick, even without people recognizing like what they're doing. But this is such a good time for some people to grow and some people to understand that while we're all struggling, that not everybody has to. You don't necessarily, if you're in a position to where you can get out of this thing, okay, you should take every measure possible to take advantage of the times and make sure that you and your family are set up and that you can do everything you can that's not at the expense of other people. You just got to make sure that whatever you're doing to take advantage of the time isn't going to hurt other people. And that's the hard part, is you're not going to be able to get everybody in the country to commit to really everybody else over themselves. But if you can do both at the same time, then all the power to you.
Yeah, it's crazy too because like I just started this because of coronavirus. Like I just
Yeah.
started. Obviously,
Yeah.
I went live before, but now I've been structuring it, actually scheduling people like you, and
Mm-hmm.
so now I just sub Quincy, and then so yeah. Oh wait, someone got a question. Hold up. They said, "What is it?" They said, "Gary, what is it like to having a legendary hitter like your dad? Do you bat the same way?"
I don't bat anymore. Right now, we're just working in television. I mean, I guess my dad he's in TV now too, so we're going to try to follow in his footsteps in that way. It's a much easier life on your body, thank goodness. A lot less travel, and there's a huge commitment to playing sports. I had to live that for a while. So, I mean, I love seeing my dad's accomplishments and just still reading about it and seeing it. And now that I see it in MLB The Show, it's a lot more fun to watch it, and I can really enjoy it now that I'm older. I can see really how much he accomplished and how much work he put into it. So it inspires me, and there's other people in my life too. My mom, my grandpa, who has since passed away, who's like he really like all those people really motivated me to be myself and be the absolute best.
Yeah, I saw your dad went viral like maybe a few months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, with the softball thing. Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
What'd you think of that?
Yeah, he made a TikTok over it. I'm like, dude, if you don't delete this TikTok immediately, I'm never talking to you again. It was fun. It was funny. It's probably one of my brothers created it for him, but still, I was like, I can't believe he okayed this.
Are you on TikTok?
I mean, I have a TikTok, but I only have it just so I can scroll. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm not making TikToks. I refuse. I'm not. It's fine if people do it, but it's just not for me.
yeah,
It just feels too trendy.
yeah. I feel you. Well, as long as you have it, because I heard. I mean, I've been talking to some people and they like refuse, but like a lot
Yeah.
of times they refuse, and then I see them get on it eventually.
Oh yeah, they're lying to you if they say
Yeah,
they're not going to get on. There's too many good videos on there, but
yeah.
I'm not being a part of it. I
Like,
can't.
yeah, like one of my friends that's an actual content creator. I was
Hmm.
like, dude, you got to get on it, and he was just like, nah, I'm not getting on it. I was like, bro, you're a content creator. I know you're gonna get on it eventually.
Yeah. No,
Like,
if you're that type of content creator and you're trying to make you're trying to make unique things, that's the perfect place, and that's where everyone is right now. So business wise, it's smart, but I have too much pride to be business smart right now. I can't. If you see me on, if you see me on there, you'll know that
you got really
you can
bored.
text me right now and be like, hey, I saw you broke down and gave in, but till then, I'm staying strong.
I got you. Yeah, and also the reason why now I named this one the PG Sports Podcast, even though it's not sort of. I don't even know I need the real definition of what a podcast is, anyways, because who knows what it means. But
I don't know,
yeah, I don't
no
know.
idea.
But
Like we hang out
because
here and we
somebody like
talk.
last year, maybe in 2018, yeah, because someone like last year or 2018 created PG Sports Podcast, and I was like, yo, like they
Ooh,
can't use my name right now. So now I was just like,
no.
yeah, so I was just like, and at first they were being consistent, and then they went ghost. So I was like, all right, whatever. And then I had one of my friends that's like a lawyer, like emailed them, but like they didn't do anything. So I'm just like, yo, what the hell's going on? And so now I'm like, yo, fuck this. I'm making this PG Sports Podcast, and now I know all about like SEO stuff, like
Hmm.
search engine optimization. I don't know if you know what that means, but yeah.
Yeah,
So
some of it, yeah.
so now I just been. I was getting called, but yeah.
You
Now
good?
I've been tagging everything PG Sports Podcast just to like eliminate them pretty much.
Yeah.
Like a
I mean,
like a
you
sick
gotta do what you gotta do, right?
yeah.
There's a lot of people trying to create, and there's gonna be a lot of people trying to poach too. So you've got to keep that in mind and just protect yourself.
Yeah, for sure. I'm sure you had impersonators before.
Yeah, I mean, I like Gary Sheffield Jr. Oh, we're here,
There
we're
you go.
good.
What were
But
you
yeah,
saying?
yeah, but I mean, God, what was I saying?
Oh, we were talking about you getting impersonated.
Oh yeah, yeah. So Gary Sheffield Jr. has been that GarySheffieldJr.com. Somebody emailed me and
Uh,
told me that I have to pay them $50,000 to get that website, and I told them you can keep it. I'll make GarySheffield1.com, whatever. Don't know what you're talking about. I'm not gonna pay you anybody $50,000 for a website, but that's kind of how it works out. That's some people use business that way, and whatever. You know what I mean? So you'll deal with the same thing.
yeah.
Hey, it was probably Didi Gregorius who opened that PG Sports podcast.
Oh my God. So funny thing is too about the domains, like someone has pgsports.com. I have every other one because I was getting like, I don't even know what the word is. I just get like, I'm like, all right, fuck, this is not happening again. I just buy all of them. It doesn't seem expensive until then you have to go renew them again every year.
Yeah,
So
every year.
kind of annoying.
Yeah.
But someone's selling it for like $4,800, and I've been trying to get. They owned it since 2008, so it was before I had it, so it's fair. But
Yeah,
I offered them like 1,000. Then they said no. I offered them 2,000. They said no. Then the guy from like GoDaddy was like, yeah, don't offer them anymore. And I was like, all right. And I'm like, why wouldn't you take $2,000? You had it for like what 12 years now, so it costs you like around $150.
Yeah,
like that's like
pretty good investment.
Yeah, like I don't understand.
No,
So,
are you kidding me? I'd sell Gary Sheffield Jr.com right now. If someone was like, hey man, you want to take it for $5,000? I'd be like, take it for $3,000. Whatever.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
It's a freaking website.
And then eventually, whenever I get it, I'm gonna get it eventually. Then it's just suck when I have to like change all the emails and stuff. Spencer said, "What are your thoughts on Roberto Alomar in history of second base? Second baseman."
Well, I mean, second baseman. The good part is that like second basemen they were huge in that era because middle infield was important. Now, second basemen really aren't that important. It's more of a hitting position. You just kind of put a slugger over there, and they've figured out that with the shift, you put your best fielder at third base. Your shortstop and your third baseman are going to dominate the defensive position. Period. Like the Matt Chapmans. That's why you're seeing the best defensive third basemen you've ever seen. The Arenados, the Matt Chapmans, you're seeing everybody just their best glove is over at third base. So it's enjoyable to see somebody that's that good at second base in that era where nobody was moving around the field. But now with all the shifts and everything, like Roberto Alomar would be a third baseman. They just throw him over there. So it's enjoyable, and it makes me happy that I lived in an era where nothing was really changed about the sport. But now that everything has changed, that we understand like where the game has to go now. It's a little less fun to watch, but the second basemans were just more important then. So the dude was a freaking monster.
Yeah. Do you have any predictions for this season if it happens?
Yeah, my prediction is that my Yankees are going to win the World Series, and that'll be the end of it. The end of the season. Season ends there. The season ends as soon as it starts. They're going to start off with Garrett Cole in Baltimore. He's going to throw a no-hitter. And they're probably going to play 120 games, is my guess. They're going to start games. Major League Baseball has too much money to make. They're probably going to start the games with no fans if need be. No one's going to care if there's no fans. We are going to be upset that we can't go to the game, but we'd much rather have games with no fans than have no games at all. Everyone's miserable. Everyone's tired of watching Tiger King. Everyone's tired of watching Ozark. And Ozark's my favorite show of all time, but I want to watch that in my free time. During the day and while you're at work, you want to be watching real sports with something that's completely unpredictable, something that you can make predictions, and so we can watch Astros get drilled like you're seeing the Astros cheated. Everyone wants to watch what happens with that too, and all those storylines just kind of died down, and we need to see some answers and something happen quick.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because now I think the Astros kind of, I'd say, kind of got off the hook with the cheating scandal now a little.
A little bit. But what'll happen is that by the time it's settled in and everybody understands that, okay, now we're safe, the Astros are going to be right back in the crosshairs. It'll be served. Don't worry about it, Farrell. The justice will be served. People are not forgetting. The people talking about me, talking to me, I should say, are not forgetting. That's all I'll say, is that they're not forgetting because of this little hiatus. Everyone's taking everything that they can, and they are not letting anybody off the hook whatsoever. They know that lives were changed in the sport, and that, to be fair, everybody has cheated in some way, shape, or form. They're doing everything they can, but to cheat to that extent, they're not going to forget just because we took 4 months off.
Yeah, for sure. I forgot what the guy's name was, but he's suing like MLB because I think he let up like 7 earned runs and got sent to the minors and got like cut.
Yeah.
I forgot.
It's just hard to say whether or not that guy lost his career over that or not, because you can, but there's really going to be no way to prove it. It's just something that's unfortunate, and they're probably going to say that there's no way to prove that was the reason you were sent down. So it's going to be hard for him to win any type of lawsuit. I expect him to lose, and I do feel bad for him. You're just not really sure what to say to him.
What about I know you blew up on Twitter. I don't know when it happened, but I remember you just kept accumulating followers now. So what was the tweet? Is there a certain tweet that went viral?
Just someone saying that there was somebody that was saying that they were Carlos Beltran's niece, and I knew that Carlos Beltran's niece wasn't. No one's niece knows vital information about where someone's going, and they're free. It's like LeBron James making his decision and some niece saying, "Yeah, I mean, I know where he's going." You don't know where he's going. It's foolish. And for somebody to insist that they know, and the accuracy in which we saw the predictions happening from that account, we understood that, and I had a hunch that there was coming from inside of a locker room, and I did my own research and I got my own sources and tried to get into connection into locker rooms, and that's exactly what I heard, is that it was coming from somebody in some locker room. And once I found out that information, I just replied and said that is not his niece. And then the very next day, there were people saying, of course, because it's the internet, that it was fake information that I was giving. But then the very next day, Carlos Beltran himself came out and said that this was not my niece. I'm not related to this person in any way. Have no idea who this is. So things add up, and they haven't found any type of information that it was coming from whoever. And you're going to have plenty of people who are like, I figured it out, but you haven't, because if there was, there would be major issues, a lot of unlawful stuff and defamation cases that you will see come forward, but we haven't. So that was really the gist of it. That was the beginning.
Yo, get this man verified.
Oh yeah, never. Dude, their system sucks. Trust me, there's plenty of people that I know that are far more important than me, far more important, and they can't get it done. I've had conversations with plenty of people. You just got to have a connection. It's just kind of how it goes.
Yeah, I might be able to get you verified now. I'll talk to you after, though.
Yeah. That would be dope, right?
Someone said Tiger Woods and Peyton Manning versus Phil Mickelson and Tom Brady. Who do you think wins the matchup? I'm assuming in golf.
Oh, dude. Wait, so it's Phil Mickelson and Tom Brady and who else?
Tiger Woods Manning versus Tiger Woods and Peyton Manning versus Phil Mickelson and Tom Brady.
Well, I can tell you right now, whoever teams Phil's on is going to lose, because he bought a golf course. He bought one of my favorite golf courses up the street from my house, and he inflated the price like triple. So I'm here to tell you right now, he deserves to lose, and I hope he doesn't win a damn thing. So I'm going with the other team.
Farrell said, Darvish said something really good about having to go to counseling because it impacted his free agency and confidence. About the Astros?
Good about having to go to counseling because it impacted his free agency, his confidence. Right. So basically what Darvish was saying was that you guys made me think I was tipping pitches. And then once I deciphered whether or not I really was not tipping my pitches, Luis Severino also dealt with the same thing. They were stating that he's clearly tipping pitches. When I was watching it live, I was telling people, I know for a fact that he's got to be tipping pitches. There's no way that they could possibly be. If you watched, who was the pitcher for the Rays? It was the really hard-throwing right-hander. So when I was watching him, I was like, okay, so at 100 miles an hour, when they're playing in Tampa, he was completely dominant. They went into Houston, and all of a sudden, Jose Altuve is hitting fastballs above his head. So something is going on in terms of tip pitching. So if you're that pitcher who's throwing 100 miles an hour, you're under the impression that your stuff is not adequate enough to be good enough to get these guys out. So you're making adjustments and changing the course of your career. You're holding different grips. You're holding your glove a different way. And you're doing those things for no reason whatsoever. You're making adjustments that you don't need to make. So in a way, it's changing your confidence in your game, and it's making you feel like you're not good enough to be on that field and get those same guys out. But in reality, they just had guest pitch on and you had no idea. In reality, they were just cheating, and you didn't understand where the edge was coming from. So it was literally making you respond in a way that you never would have had to deal with. So in terms of Darvish, I mean, there's no question that he was sitting there holding all types of different grips, putting his glove all types of ways, stuff he was wasting his time. I'm sorry to say that, but he was literally wasting his time trying to make adjustments when there was no adjustment to be made. They're going to shell you no matter.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about this question? So I don't know if you got my message yesterday, and I I was on live with Maurice Jones-Drew on his live for a minute because he was asking.
Okay.
He had Q&As, whatever. He wanted fans to ask questions, whatever. So I said, I asked him, is Tom Brady the GOAT of GOATs if he wins the Super Bowl this year with the Tampa Bay Bucks in the Super Bowls in Tampa? Did you see the video?
GOAT of GOATs in all? Is it in all sports? Is that what they're asking?
In all sports, yeah.
And that's really tough. I would say no, and I don't believe that a football player in general can be the GOAT of GOATs. And the only reason I say that is because football, anybody who's played football, it is a team sport beyond belief. A million different people involved in like just in that sport in general, and there's a million different pieces to actually get you to win. So I don't believe a football player can be on that level. I think it's probably going to go to either Tiger Woods or somebody. I mean, Tom Brady is already the greatest football player of all time. There's just really nothing else that you can do in the football field. He's already won, 6 times? He's trying to go for 7. It's just ridiculous. You watch a team win 1 Super Bowl and you're satisfied for 10 years, 10, 15 years. I mean, the Cowboys fans are still excited about the playoffs, still excited about the Super Bowl, about winning the Super Bowl. I was born. I'm 26 years old. They haven't even come close to winning nothing. And they're still excited and they still feel like a winning organization, which is fine. But it goes to show you how hard it is to win. And this dude's just like, I'm winning every year. It doesn't matter. And if I don't win, I'm getting really close. So that dude is like, that guy is just insane. And if he wins in Tampa, dude, he is just levitating above the rest of us.
So you're saying like a GOAT of GOATs has to be like a tennis player, like a golf player? I mean, like a golf player, I guess.
Yeah, because you have too many people to answer to your success. When a Tom Brady plays, is he as good without Belichick? Is he the greatest of all time? Absolutely. I think he's the greatest football player of all time. You need a great coach, but you don't know who's responsible for what. When I watched the Lakers play, when I watched Tiger Woods go win the Masters, I know for a fact that Tiger Woods is the only thing responsible for him winning. So he doesn't have to answer to anybody. What's he going to do? Look at his caddy and be like, he's responsible. Like, it's a sport that we know where the success is coming from. And football, you don't really know. Like, sometimes the receiver is good, but you also had Joe Montana. You don't really know how good each guy is, but you have a gist of an idea.
Okay, so all right, so let's modify the question because Maurice Jones-Drew said the same thing about, because then somebody said something about like Serena Williams. So he was just talking about, so GOAT of team sports, would it be Tom Brady?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. It's hard
like
to say.
Right now.
Just no, not really. The GOAT in terms of team sports is either Michael Jordan or LeBron James, and the reason I say that is because of expectations. Expectations are the hardest thing to deal with in sports by far. Anytime we've ever seen expectations, whether it's Nnamdi Asomugha in Philadelphia, whether it's the Philadelphia Eagles in general when they created the Dream Team, whether we've watched just mega teams join all over the place, we've seen a lot of different teams. When there are no expectations, it is easier to get off the mat and play and to win. But when you're watching an organization have expectations put on them and then they meet those expectations and exceed them, LeBron James was supposed to be the next Michael Jordan, and everyone said, well, he can't be that even before he ever stepped foot on the court. And for him to put forward the performances that he's done is just absolutely remarkable. And he's won not just a couple times, he's won 3 championships. He's still competing at the highest level, 35 years old, probably for the next 2-3 years at the highest level. We've never seen that done before. And just the fact that we're watching somebody dominate a team game really by himself, and not saying he's playing with Anthony Davis, like not saying that because he's playing with Anthony Davis that he's not responsible for that, but when he wasn't playing with AD, he was still dominating the game. So the dude is just complete. He's probably the most complete team sport player, and Tom Brady's got to be up there. I put Tom Brady just a notch below, and not saying the quarterback position isn't harder, but I would probably give it to one of these basketball players, either Jordan or LeBron, for sure.
Yeah, for GOATs, so like if you want to cover their whole, not just career and off this field, you got to give it to LeBron.
Yeah, I mean he's just doing everything, right? He's opening up schools. He doesn't ever get in trouble. I mean basically the only thing we ever talk about with him is Taco Tuesday. Like that's the only thing notable that he does that is like controversial, is funny. is that he's just doing Taco 2. Some people hate it and some people love it. And that's like the only thing he does. And so I can't wait for Space Jam 2. I know it's going to be good. And I just watched Space Jam the other day. And to be honest with you, it was pretty poorly done for how much I loved it and still love it. I couldn't believe how bad the movie itself was, but I love it. Like, it is like one of my favorite movies ever, and it's so bad. It is really bad. It's like almost as bad as when I watched Strangers the other day, and it's like a really popular horror movie from like 10 years ago. It was terrible. So bad. So I'm hoping that they make this movie and that it's well done, like sort of the way that Trainwreck was made when LeBron was in it. The movie was it was money, dude. It was good.
I think any older movie now that we have all this technology and, you know, crazy effects, like we're always going to be looking at stuff like that now.
Oh,
that's why I can't even imagine what these like Generation Z kids, like, they're going to be like, what the hell were you guys watching?
Generation Z kids are going to be putting Tim the Tap Man and Dr. Disrespect in the GOAT conversations. They'd be like, Michael Jordan, Dr. Disrespect, or Tim the Tap Man. Who's the best? And whatever. I mean, they're just, it's hard to entertain them. What's up, Garrett? And it's hard to entertain them, man. It's a different era, and it's fair because I don't believe people change. I just think that the technology and just like all the choices around you change, and then we adapt to them as human beings. The older generation, like when I was a kid, we actually went outside, and wherever you saw all the bikes outside of someone's house, there's all my friends. And you know what? If you go to someone's house right now, there's no bikes. There's nobody at anybody's house. There's no connection, and that does play a role in all types of things, whether it's mental illness or it's what you do with your free time. Everything changes in what you enjoy. So everyone's trying to figure out how to entertain these kids, and I'll tell you one thing right now is physical activity is not one of those things.
Yeah, for sure. Someone said, is Kobe not in the conversation?
Oh, he's close. I mean, Kobe is close, and it's obviously hard. I don't even like to really discuss Kobe Bryant in the conversations anymore, just because you can't stand like what really happened with him, and you don't even want to spend the time doing the conversation because you feel like you're doing him a disservice by talking about him in that way and not giving him the nod. But I mean, Kobe Bryant we've seen, and it's really hard to watch. It's like hard to see that happen, and it's still really hard to believe. So I mean, Kobe Bryant was a dominant player. He played in a huge market, which is very difficult. Like I said earlier about expectations, they had all of it in LA. The same way that the Lakers today have those expectations, he had to live through it, and hopefully we can keep his memory alive and make sure that we don't ever forget the legacy he created. It was dominant, just straight up dominant.
Yeah, definitely. So we only got a few more minutes left. So usually at the end, I ask you a bunch of questions. Do you have any questions for me?
Ooh, my question is: Are you going to stay in radio, or are you going to stay in the audio, or are you going to try to go into the whole? Because I know you're trying to do the Zoom. Are you going to do the FaceTime and make that your platform to where you have face-to-face communication, or are you going to go strictly radio?
You mean like doing it actually in person?
No, just like in a way where, because I'm bringing some guests on, like that was my plan as well. But I was wondering if you're going to be bringing people on the way you're doing this to me right now, or if you're just going to make it audio only.
So, no, I'm going to do both. But now that I'm doing my podcast, Average is Savage, with the Zoom, now I'm just like, damn, like these other ones aren't going to be as good as the ones without the video now.
Oh yeah, no
you know
doubt.
What I'm saying? So now I'm like, bro, so I'm so anal about some stuff. It's like crazy. So
yeah,
like, I feel like
Brett Clark. You see Brett Clark saying, he says, "How good was our gateway team in 14? Not good, bro. I wasn't playing. Didn't like it. We were better the next year when I was playing. I liked all my teammates, though. I loved everybody on the team. Rest in peace to Casey Thomas. I loved all my teammates. There were some people I didn't like. That's just the way life goes. But we were a great team, and I wish I got to be a part of it. I played the very next year and loved it. But yeah, dude, what's up, Brett? Howdy, partner.
Well, I appreciate you coming on, and yeah, it's about to end in a minute. So, but I'll be texting you after this, dude.
All right, cool, man.
Appreciate it. I'll see you.
All right, brother. Peace.